Please call the cops.
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the Karens that have left their notorious mark in history by being the rudest, most entitled, and most belligerent folks ever.
I'm asking you if this is your property.
Why are you asking?
Because it's private property.
Because it's private property,
So,
sir.
are you defacing private property?
Number 10. Skirt Cop.
Is this miniskirt too short to wear in public? That's what this woman thinks.
This recent example of Karen audacity is already legendary. In 2024, at a restaurant in St. George, Utah, a teenage woman had the unexpected experience of having her skirt yanked by a stranger. Ida Lorenzo channeled her inner Helen Lovejoy and deemed the woman's skirt inappropriate for the children.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
When the police became involved, Lorenzo tried to justify her actions, even claiming people applauded her for her actions.
It's protecting a kid by covering their private parts.
Correct, but that's not your job to do.
That didn't stop the cops from charging her with battery or stop her from getting fired from the Utah Attorney General's office. She had her plea in abeyance accepted, where the sentence won't be given if she stays out of trouble for a year. Number 9. The McCloskeys.
When those people came through the gate, when it was a mob, I didn't take the time to see their birth certificates or anything else. I was defending my house, my life, my wife.
In 2020, after the murder of George Floyd, there were many protests across the U.S. In St. Louis, Missouri, one demonstration entered a private neighborhood to protest outside the mayor's home. The group was greeted by the McCloskeys, but not in a supportive way. Instead, the couple vastly escalated things by pointing firearms at the outraged citizens, becoming fodder for ridicule online.
In other words, I stood out on the porch with my rifle and made them back up. And that's what I'd do again. If that's a crime in Missouri, by God, I did it, and I'd do it again.
The McCloskeys were charged and pleaded guilty to lesser offenses and received fines. They were pardoned in 2021. But in 2022, the Missouri Supreme Court suspended both their law licenses indefinitely. However, the punishment was stayed. Seemingly a glutton for punishment, in 2022, Mark ran to be the Republican candidate for senator of Missouri, but got only 3% of the primary votes.
They're yelling, they're angry. They did not go up your steps. They didn't go to your house. They didn't touch you. They didn't try to enter your home. They didn't try to do anything to your kids, but you say you were assaulted.
Number 8. Coughing Karen.
Excuse me, I'm coming through.
The COVID-19 pandemic really motivated the Karens to come out and make their issues everyone else's problem. In 2021, a mother and her child shopped at Super Saver in Lincoln, Nebraska while wearing masks. Janine Hoskovec popped up without a mask and harassed the pair with condescension, conspiracies, and coughing. As the family backed away, Hoskovec called them cute and sheep for wearing masks. With a smirk, she then claimed she was coughing from allergies.
I don't know who's sick or not.
It's my allergy.
When the video spread online, Hoskovec's employer, the German tech company SAP, wasn't happy. After a brief investigation, they fired her from her role.
The team of internet sleuths quickly identified the woman seen in this video, and in a matter of days, she's now lost her job.
Number 7. SoHo Karen. In 2020, at the Arlo Hotel Soho in New York City, Mia Ponsetto experienced what many of us have horrifyingly endured. Her cell phone was missing. Instead of retracing her steps, she did some racial profiling by accusing the teenage son of jazz musician Keon Harold of stealing it.
No, I'm not letting him walk away with my phone.
This is the video that initially went viral. The hotel apologized, but acknowledges they could have done more.
This resulted in Ponsetto tackling the black teenager. Amazingly, the missing phone was found by an Uber driver whose services she'd used. Ponsetto then appeared in an interview with Gayle King, claiming that since she has Puerto Rican heritage, she couldn't be racist.
It didn't seem as if my accusations really bothered the son and the father, because they were just enjoying a nice meal right after this whole encounter.
Ponsetto eventually pleaded guilty to a hate crime. She was handed 2 years of probation and had to continue counseling for a previous conviction after a DUI.
Any regrets, Maya?
I'm good, thank you.
Number 6. Fob Kelly.
Into my building.
Okay. It's my building as well, so I need you to get out my way.
In 2018, after working late, all DeArian Tolles wanted to do was go home to his apartment in St. Louis, Missouri. Instead, he had to contend with the self-appointed gatekeeper, Hillary Moeller, and her tiny dog. She demanded to see his key fob, inspiring her nickname, and wanted to know where he lived.
Okay, what unit?
I don't need to say that information. So excuse me, ma'am.
I'm uncomfortable.
Okay, you can be uncomfortable. That's your discretion.
Tolles eventually got past her. However, Mueller wasn't done. She followed him to his door and later called the cops.
As a record, I just want to say hi.
Ma'am,
What is your name?
Ma'am, you just, no. Have a good night, ma'am. Don't ever do that again.
Mueller defended her actions by claiming she followed the building's rules for questioning unknown people trying to get in. Others disagree and believe Tolles being black had something to do with her escapades. Mueller's employer, Tribeca STL, condemned her racial profiling and fired her.
Tolles says he wishes her no ill will. As far as we know right now, both still live in the building.
Number 5. BBQ Becky.
It's illegal to have a charcoal grill in the park here.
No, it's not actually. I just looked at the map. It says this is a designated barbecue area.
No, not for a charcoal grill. No charcoal grills are allowed. Do you want to see it?
2018 was a wild time for Karens getting mainstream publicity, and one of the most famous was Jennifer Schulte. Upon seeing a family of black people enjoying a barbecue next to Lake Merritt in Oakland, California, she decided to make her grievance the police's issue by claiming they were in a non-designated area and stating she was scared.
I'm wearing a dark navy blue sweatshirt and jeans, and I have brown hair about shoulder length. And I have people harassing me.
When the cops arrived, Schulte continued her shenanigans by crying after being confronted, making the officer likely realize he wasn't paid nearly enough.
I said, when I was on the phone, I started trying to keep walking away, wait for you guys, and she kept following me.
Schulte was mocked online and birthed many memes, and was probably even more furious when the community rallied and held several barbecuing events in the area to protest her dreadful behavior. Number 4. Permit Patty.
Illegally selling water without a permit?
Another legend of the 2018 era of Karens is Allison Attell. Working from home in San Francisco, California, she heard and saw a sight that left her reeling. A child selling water to raise money to go to Disneyland. Rather than appreciate the plucky girl's business acumen, Attell called the cops to claim she was illegally selling water without a permit.
She calling the police on an 8-year-old little girl. You can hide all you want. The whole world gonna see you, boo.
Many believe that the girl, being black, probably influenced her decision. Attell then claimed she didn't actually ring the police. Yet, records showed that was a lie. Due to the backlash, Attell resigned as CEO of Treatwell Health.
It is Miss Attell's belief that Treatwell, its employees, and patients should not have to suffer because of a situation that occurred in an escalated moment.
Because most people are decent, folks bought Disneyland tickets for the girl and her family after that horrible experience. Number 3. SoCal Karen.
This is video of a woman going on a racist rant against Asian Americans, and apparently it's not the only incident like it.
Lena Hernandez has the distinction of going viral twice in 2020, but not in a positive way. She was recorded going on racist rants against people with Asian heritage around Torrance, California. Hernandez escaped punishment for this, but eventually her luck ran out. In 2019, Hernandez argued with a mall employee. When Casey Lynn Salmanoa intervened, she was attacked by the angry Karen.
She says it happened in a restroom where there are no security cameras, but she took pictures on her phone as Hernandez walked away from the alleged attack.
Hernandez's earlier viral videos helped her, and she was arrested. She pleaded no contest to battery and received 47 days in jail, 3 years of probation, and anger management classes.
What she did was violent. It was a violent attack to me. So it should have been the maximum amount of 6 months.
In 2021, she went back to court due to being unable to afford the classes. Instead, Hernandez got 1 year of probation and 80 hours of community service. Number 2. Fran Karen.
And you don't know if I live here or if this is my property.
We actually do know.
In 2020, Lisa Alexander got too far into someone else's business as captured in a video by James Juanillo in San Francisco, California. As Juanillo stenciled Black Lives Matter on his property, Alexander and her friend Robert Larkins questioned whether he was allowed to do that.
I'm asking you if this is your property.
Why are you asking? Because it's private property.
Because it's private property,
So,
sir.
are you defacing private property?
Stating falsely that they knew the property owner. They later called the cops on Juanillo. Due to this, Alexander's company, LaFace Skincare, lost business opportunities, and Larkins was fired by employer Raymond James.
In a statement, Birchbox condemned her actions and cut ties with her company.
In 2024, she appeared on Dr. Phil Primetime to defend her actions and state she was waiting for the truth to come out.
This experience completely took my whole life and just threw it on the floor.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Central Park Karen.
Please call the cops.
I'm going to tell them there's an African American man threatening my life.
Few Karen cases have left as lasting an impression. It has it all. Racism, false police reports, fake crying, and sweet justice. In 2020, Christian Cooper met Amy Cooper, who is no relation, while birdwatching in New York City's Central Park. He was concerned that her dog was unleashed in a leashed section. Getting nowhere with her, Christian tried to lure the dog towards him, causing Amy to explode. She called the cops and told them an African-American man was threatening her, all while tugging on the poor pup's collar.
There is an African American man. I am in Central Park. He is recording me and threatening myself and my dog.
Thankfully, Christian recorded this. Amy was charged for her false report, but it was dropped after completing a course. She was fired by Franklin Templeton, which she appealed and lost.
She understood the power she wielded at that moment to call police as a white woman on a black man, as a scary black man. I'm going to call the police and say an African-American man is. She understood that part of it. She had the wherewithal to understand that.
What other legendary Karens did we miss? Commissioner Caren Turner, Cornerstore Caroline, or someone else? Let us know below.
I will be talking to the chief of police, and I will be speaking to the mayor.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.